Hello, welcome to the Winners of Sheffield podcast. I'm here today with Elliot Ghali. Elliot, good to be with you.
Thanks for having me.
You were recommended to me a couple of times actually, so yeah, thanks for agreeing to
A pleasure.
come on. I've known you in passing for a little while, for the last year. You're involved with the Sheffield business runners, like myself. Have you been suffering with an injury? I saw that you'd sort of.
I was like start of the year, but I got signed up to do a high rock with my friend in May, and from there I just was training for that only,
Yeah.
and I wasn't doing anything else. But I did get an injury at the start of the year, but got Rory sorted my ankle out perfectly. So now I'm fully fit, no injuries, back into running, back into every sport I can play.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So how did the high rocks go?
Unfortunately, I pulled out. I got ill just before it. I got ill for the whole of October, just before the Irish in Dublin. So with 2 weeks to go, my partner was aiming for a certain time. I wasn't getting that time. He wanted that time, so we subbed someone in who helped get him that time, and he did get the time. But I'm doing one in the new year now in April.
Okay. Where's that one?
It's going to be in Malaga.
Nice.
Malaga. So going over to Malaga to the high rocks.
I was saying a lot of these destinations, by the time you've paid for your accommodation and everything, it's got to be a grand, hasn't it, before you're done.
I can't remember. I don't even know how much the tickets are. Both times I've not booked
I think
the tickets.
at least a couple of £100, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it's like 120 to 200 depending on tickets.
I think actually getting the tickets, because a few times I thought, I'll have a look at. Can't get hold of them. They're gone, aren't they? So I think you're doing well if you get a ticket. So.
That's why I'm glad that I've not booked any of them before. Everyone else has booked them. I've not booked one
Somebody's
ticket
sorted, yeah. Good to say, I've seen a lot of your stuff on LinkedIn. It was weird actually because I've seen your stuff, and then I thought, that's the guy. And then obviously I met you at the
showcase,
Doncaster showcase. Yeah, so. Obviously done very well for yourself at an early age. Have you always known that you wanted to follow this route into marketing, or?
Yeah, I always wanted to go into marketing. I'm one of the very few people that didn't fall into it. Everyone in marketing just, I fell into marketing.
It's a bit like that with recruitment, to be fair.
Yeah, I think they are quite similar. But no, I actually wanted to. At school, I wanted to be a sports commentator because I love the idea of sport and speaking to make money. It's brilliant. And soon didn't happen when my Sky apprenticeship fell through. And then I went and studied digital media and business studies, and I just thought, wow, I love it. I love the psychology of marketing and advertising, and I studied videography, cinematography, advertising. I thought, I'd really like to go into advertising. I think it'd be great. It means never a dull day, which has lived up to be never a dull day. And then kind of followed the progression path through. Chose not to go to university. I thought that was maybe a step in the wrong direction for me for uni. And I instead got a labouring job for 2 years just to get a car, make some money, get something under my belt, get some grit, bought a car, and then first agency I could get to, I went to. So I went from £28,000-30,000 as an 18 to 20 year old, and then went straight into an agency at 16 grand just to try to learn sales and marketing, and that was literally my trajectory in. Then from there, grew to be the head marketing trainer in the company with over 140 clients at one point, 10 franchises I was training, and then just rebranded away. Wasn't for me anymore.
What age were you when you were?
I was, between 20 and 22, 23. I got promoted to the highest level because there was 2 people before me that were the trainers for the company, and they had 50 clients each. They both left. Our coach basically said, well, you put your salary into one. They promoted me and gave me a salary increase to 21,000. Wow. And I then managed all the clients myself and trained all the franchises at a very young age, which gave me so much exposure. If I hadn't have had that exposure, I wouldn't be where I am today.
It's interesting because, you talked there about the salary, and I think a lot of people get hung up on, the low money when they're starting out somewhere. But obviously, you've taken advantage of that and thought, forget about the money. I'm learning my craft, kind of thing.
Yeah, I thought if you try and develop your skills first and learn as much as possible, the money just falls in. It comes. That was my philosophy. So I thought, you know what? Okay, if I can just learn as much as I can, absorb as much as I can at the earliest stage possible. That's why they offered me the training role as soon as I got in the company. But I was like, I don't want it. I want the sales role. I want to learn sales because if I can sell myself, the rest is become easier. And I want to learn sales-driven marketing, not fluffy-driven marketing. So I went into sales, did cold calling, did BDM work, then actually sat on the meetings, and then got promoted through that. And I just thought, and I was on £16,000 for a year. Then I went to £18,000. Then I went to £21,000, and that was it. And I just didn't think about the money. I just wanted to learn as much as possible. To my detriment, it did put me in debt. But I thought, long term, debt's only a small part of the whole thing.
And interestingly, again, you said you didn't go to university at a time when probably everyone was. But I think, again, probably ahead of the curve in the sense that now you'd probably advise the way that you've gone about it. Personally, I mean, I don't know whether I'm assuming you know Sam Squibb if you're in marketing.
Yeah, Sam
Squibb. And I saw a video with him recently, and he was saying that he was looking at employing a marketeer, and he'd got several graduates come through, and he was sort of like asking them tell me about TikTok's marketing, tell me about Facebook. They couldn't tell him anything, and then they were like, well, in 1986, yeah, and then they were reeling off stuff that they'd learned at university. And I guess what he was saying is the world's going to change so much in the next 5 years that there's money better spent than sort of going and paying.
I would probably, if you're in, it depends if you're into corporate marketing or just marketing generally. I think if you're into corporate marketing and you work for these big brands and things, they're going to look for a degree. Unless you've spent 3 years from 18 to 21 doing a YouTube channel or having a blog. If you've not got that and you want to maybe go to university, it's worth it. I just think a lot of it's outdated.
Yeah.
I think I had so many friends come out of university at the time when I was in agency and making a name for myself. And they would come out and I'd spend, can I have a chat with you? I'd sit down with them 15 minutes up to maybe 2 hours sometimes, give them all this information and just said, you've just taught. And I remember one girl, she's a really good friend of mine, she's my friend's girlfriend, she said, you just taught me more in 1 hour, 15 minutes, literally on a call, than in 3 years at university. And it wasn't my intention to, shun the content that she learned, but marketing's so outdated at the minute in those systems. I always recommend Chartered Institute of Marketing right now. They've got some great modules, and if you've got Chartered Institute of Marketing on your CV now, I think it matters a little bit more than a university degree.
And have you done any retrospective sort of marketing specific training or qualification, or have you just sort of?
I did my A-levels. And I was
no, but I mean, once because obviously you went straight into it, have you now become sort of a chartered marketer?
I haven't become chartered yet. No,
is that something that you will try and pursue? Or?
I've thought about it more over the years. I think more time I need to allocate to it. I've done a lot of the courses and I've done a lot of the seminars and I've been to a lot of the big events. I haven't actually gone to put myself through my certification, but it is on my list to try to do. But again, it is a piece of paper at the end of the day, and a lot of the stuff that's in those courses now, I've actually developed and learned away from those courses.
Yeah,
because all the information is online to be learned anyway. You just have to look in the right places. But I do push anyone now who's at a younger level, get the Chartered Institute of Marketing, because you'll learn that stuff quicker than having to go through 3 years of agency work like me. So I do push people a lot into that now, a lot more. I would like to get my certification maybe in the next couple of years.
Okay. So yeah, we fast forwarded straight into your career there, but Ghali is an interesting name for a Sheffield. Were you born in Sheffield?
I wasn't. I was born in Bury St Edmunds, Suffolk.
All right.
Ghali is my father's name. I'm half English, half Tunisian.
Okay.
So my dad's ethnicity and side is all Tunisian. I go back as much as I can, but yeah, Ghali. It's an interesting one for people to pronounce when they first meet me. They just say Elliot, and it takes them a while to say Ghali until someone says it.
Okay.
But no, I'm not from Sheffield. I moved to Sheffield 20 months ago now.
Okay.
After doing a lot of work in Doncaster.
So you'd already done your sort of apprenticeship, so to speak, in the marketing. And what drew you to the Steel City?
It's not as toxic as London and Manchester marketing. And I was in Doncaster for 3 years. So I was developing in Doncaster so much, and what's up the road is the big brother of Sheffield. And I thought, okay, if I want to scale things without overwhelming myself, so I can still enjoy my life at a young age and still progress the business, I'm not going to go in that trap of going to Manchester or live that Manchester life and develop there and be very toxic. Same with London, because I've had a lot of friends go back and do that. They come back really just not in a great headspace. I thought Sheffield's a great space. It's up and coming for investing, very investable. So I saw that you can invest in Sheffield quite early on. It's got loads of progression plans coming up for it. I think I preferred it over Leeds. I think the culture of Sheffield is so much better. And to be honest, having gone around so many cities in the UK, I put Sheffield really high up. It's why I moved to city centre. And now I would say I know Sheffield quite well, generally. I think it was Peak District more, which annoys me.
I think it's great. I haven't been on my bike for about 5 years, but I used to be a cyclist, and 10 miles in any direction, and you're in the
Peak District.
Yeah.
I really like that. I think it was more nice just, you're 10 minutes into the peaks, we're into a city centre, or on the outskirts of the village for like a pub lunch. I think it was awesome.
Yeah, I think it's statistically got something like the highest retention of students, and I think that's
Over 90.
Yeah, I think that's probably the reason, isn't it? Because
there's so much the chef's got to offer.
Yeah,
I think from all the cities I've been to, even around Europe, I still put Sheffield really up there. And
I think tram lines is a really good sort of reminder. Sometimes I don't mean the actual event. Now it's at Hillsborough, but when it used to be, or obviously when they've got the pop-up events, and I think you take for granted some of the eateries and bars that we've got on our doorstep, don't you?
Oh, so what is it? Chef's the #1 independent city outside London for independent businesses.
Yeah,
eateries are awesome. I've spent far too much money in eateries the past 2 years.
Yeah, I just interviewed Mattia Paradiso from Paradiso Tiramisu.
Okay, yeah.
Have you been in there at all?
I haven't. It's on my list. I've heard really good things there.
I mean, again, he is obviously he's Italian. He was from Puglia. I'll say it wrong.
Puglia.
Puglia. It's on the heel of the boot. And he originally came over to Manchester, and he was an actor and a waiter and what have you, and COVID came and he was struggling to make money, so he just made a tiramisu, put it online, and he's not stopped making them since. And having built the business whilst he was in Manchester, he then met his partner, came across to Sheffield, and sort of like basically had to rebuild it again. I mean, he's only been in his venue on Charivale for about
this year, didn't he?
Sorry,
he came into it this year, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he's only moved into that venue in 4 months ago. So it was 3 months ago when I interviewed him, which was last month, and his social media following, which was already pretty impressive. I think he had 4,000 Instagram followers, and he's now got close to 12,000. So,
yeah, I've seen.
And that's all pretty sort of organic sort of growth. Just he's quite a funny guy on the
I've seen
TikToks, and
I watched his video on the chef because I love the chef page.
Yeah.
I watched it now. I thought that was so cool. I would love to go there. My friend is friends with him and said that you should come to.
Yeah, he's a really good guy. You're as we talked about, an integral member of the Sheffield Business Runners. What Hannah and those guys have put together. I mean, me as a startup this year, I know that I've benefited from that. I mean, it's just a really great sort of pool of resource, and you can sort of anything you want.
I think it's a good support network than anything. Like, you've got a lot of people who want to get fitter, but they're worried to, but actually ends up becoming a bit more of a supportive network than ever before. Like, I've made great friends from it, and I probably wouldn't say I'm directly receiving any business from it, but that's not for me. I didn't join it for that reason. I joined it for the idea of being a part of the business community. That's a little bit different, and everyone's very friendly, and when you first go there, it feels like it's a click. Then you run for like around for a few laps, a couple sessions. It's not a click at all.
Yeah,
it's just nice and open and relaxed.
So how did you initially get involved in that? How were you recruited?
Hannah, funny enough, I looked at some networking events on Eventbrite, and I saw there was one at Manhattan.
Right.
And I went one evening after work, when I moved to Sheffield. I think I was here for a month, 6 weeks. just rammed my calendar with Sheffield networking events. I met Hannah and her design team for all the games.
Right.
At Manhattan upstairs, where the awards were. And from there, I said, oh, maybe should join our running group. We just started it. And then, okay, it's been a few weeks or maybe 4 weeks been going. But then go down, I run. And all of last year, haven't done as much this year, unfortunately, but I ran every week, put it in the calendar and got to know everybody and got me into running. I wasn't really into it. I like the idea of it. But yeah, I got recruited by Hannah, added to the WhatsApp chat very early doors, and I was lucky to join it right at the start. And that's just evolved and got much bigger and bigger and bigger. And I've stepped a bit more away from running this year. I haven't done as much of it, worked on the business a bit more. But I've been here and every now and then, and now I'm going to do it more in the new year. Plan to get back into running. But yeah, Hannah and added to the WhatsApp chat was my recruitment. What was yours?
I think I'd just seen several bits on LinkedIn and sort of thought I was literally, because at the time I was employed and I'd seen a few bits, and there's no way I'd have squared it away to be down there for 4:30 on a Monday without having pictures down there. So I just thought once I'd actually made the decision to do my own thing, I thought I'll go and have a look at and see what it's all about. And I really had no idea that it was Hannah that put it together. But by chance, when I went for a run, or probably not by chance, strategically, she ran with me. Probably sort of felt like a little bit of an initiation interview because I was telling her about the podcast, and I'd just arranged to interview Dame Julie Kenny, and she was like, telling me how lovely she was and what have you. And yeah, I think it's, as I say, I think it's a great sort of networking. Like I say, I'm probably in more WhatsApp groups for that than Paddle's probably taken over now. But
Sheffield Paddle Network, yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, fast forward to you coming here, and you started the business before you came here. Then you were already working in Manchester. You said
I was working in Donny, Dirty Donny, as I say. I literally grew everything there. So I thought, I'll stay in there. I got offices there. I had a co-founder, for example, at the time. For example, wasn't just me that founded it at the start. I did have a mentor who co-founded it with me, and just sat there silently, just supporting and doing what he did, and didn't actually financially gain from it at all until a little bit later on. And then we had offices and we needed to expand, and I needed a team, and that's how I came to meet his son Jay, who now works for me.
Right.
So that was really nice. We partnered companies. We then expanded into new offices not last year, the year before, and then kind of grew it more there. And that's an example, really started to craft, have my own office, speaking, just in Doncaster still as a hub, supporting. And then I was approached to do all the workshops for the Chamber of Commerce. Right. And then from there, I started doing all the training workshops and training local businesses. And I just said, listen, I'll do it for free if you just give me a good load of people in those workshops every single time. And a testament to them, they did that. We got them on average, I think the stats came out, I was told, we made them the most attended workshops in South Yorkshire on average, every single one we put on. And I thought that for me was more about giving back to the community I was taking from. So I'm taking from the business community like money and training people and giving me their service. Well, I'm giving them my service. I thought, right, I'll give back. Let's give back as much as possible as to where I've taken from. And that's a big part of my values. I do not like to take as more than I give. And then I thought, this is the time where I'm at a point where I need to grow, and I've never lived in a city. And I thought, unfortunately, Doncaster town centre, it put a lot of effort to maybe try and build it back up, but it just wasn't the one thing I wanted to move into right at that point. So I moved to Sheffield City Centre instead. We gave the offices back in Doncaster and grew into Sheffield a bit more, my networks and friends. I did it more as a personal move, in all honesty. I didn't just do it for business. But personally, I've been with my grandmother, looking after her a long time. She brought me up and then I looked after her. And it came to the point where I had to go to Sheffield to move out for myself. And then I started growing in Sheffield. Thought, right, we need offices again. We need a wider team. And luckily, Ballianti, they're a client of ours, right. And they have this amazing building in Rotherham. it's not far, and it actually takes the same amount of time to get to here as it does to get around Sheffield.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what?
Must admit, last few weeks I've been to Sheffield probably more than I've done for 12 months, and it just fills me with dread.
Just driving in.
Parking is just absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, it's manic. It's difficult, and that's why I thought, you know, let's come out of Sheffield a little bit. I've got my connection to Doncaster and Sheffield by being in Rotherham. Bit easier.
It's about having that sort of your own parking as well, isn't it, for clients coming and stuff like that.
When you invite like clients, you want to be able to bring them to a nice boardroom, a desk. You want to show them around and make a nice coffee. You can park easily. I thought, well, Rotherham Town Centre has this, and yeah, that's kind of how we've gone for. We've got a bigger team now. Just hired another person, so I needed good space for us to create culture. As much as I like remote working, I think that the office culture in a workplace can have such a significant impact on you.
Yeah.
So I thought I want that space to grow a team, and now we're here.
So you said you'd never really been into running. Presumably you were playing football and stuff like that as a lad.
Yeah, I've always been a football player and a rugby player. So I played football when I was a youngster. I went to rugby for years, I think maybe 7, 8, till about 14, 15. And then I played rugby, got into county level, was trying to break through county level a bit more. And then, unfortunately, family circumstances stopped me being able to play rugby anymore.
Right.
And then we had to move up to here from Suffolk when I was 14. So I was in my GCSEs. I had to go back a year. I had to come up here and stop playing rugby. And then I got back into football in sixth form. I wanted back into sport. I'd been a couple of years out. And then since then, I've been playing football every single year. And then last year was running. And then this year's been more high rock. So I think I've just been giving myself more challenges as I've got older.
I think with high rocks, I'd just done myself an injury. Like my lower back's my Achilles heel, to be fair, and some of the stuff that I see them doing, I wouldn't mind doing it. I think me and my wife would like to do one, but yeah, I think I'd end up doing myself a mischief. So you've not actually done one yet?
No, unfortunate to pull out. I've got one booked in for April though. I had the same issue with my lower back and my lower left back. Since doing the hybrid training, I've not had any pain in my back at all because of the strength training, and I don't know, it's just brilliant. Yeah, I actually found it helped work as well. Doing so much regular fitness, the best thing you can get to do to relieve stress is exercise. So running and doing this training was brilliant. Yeah. And I thought when I exercise, I sleep and exercise, I actually have a better day at work. So I kind of look forward to it more and more now. Although I've not been as consistent recently, but as much as I can because I've got back into football. But yeah, it's a massive impact on work too.
So the football, are you playing just what, 5-a-side?
11-a-side.
11-a-side.
Play 11-a-side.
On a weekend? On
a weekend, yeah, I play 11-a-side in Rotherham. I play with my friend's team. He asked to come down. I've just come back into the team, playing a bit more recently. So
what's your position?
Striker.
Oh.
Striker. I'm a forward. Sometimes in the wing. Because I've got speed about me, but yeah, striker's my game. I like playing striker.
Who's your team then?
Arsenal.
I had a feeling you were going to say Liverpool. To be fair, Arsenal's more palatable, I think. And,
well, when my dad moved over from Tunisia, it was in the Wenger era, and obviously Tunisia's influence of French colonisation at links. And my dad was following him from Monaco and Henry. So as they came over, my dad started liking Arsenal, supporting Arsenal, and that's become his team here.
Yeah.
And me and my 2 younger brothers have had it drilled into us. I took my.
I was going to say, now you're saying it. I saw you at a Chelsea game, did I?
Yeah, I took my little brother to their first ever Arsenal game, Chelsea away. So I tricked them. We took them to the stadium of Arsenal. I thought, right, we're going to go to the stadium tour in London for their birthdays. Not for their birthdays, just randomly. And then we took them through, because I don't know the tube, so I took them through the tube and I guided us through. And we said, got to walk through Chelsea's ground, keep your jackets covered, and also stay quiet. I forget that's the way to the train station. And as we go through, I just paid to pass through, like fake it. And then we get into the ground and they're like really skittish. We were really worried, and I just say, right, careful, we're in the Chelsea stadium now. And next thing you know, I film them and say, oh, by the way, here's a surprise. We're going to your first ever Arsenal game. Nice. Yeah, just the jubilation on their faces. Yeah, I couldn't have ever managed that because I only met them 6 years ago for the first time.
You only what, sorry?
I only met them for 6 years ago for the first time.
Oh.
So I've only been an older brother for 6 years. So it was nice to have that older brother moment.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I must admit, I've only ever been to one Arsenal match, and it was at Highbury. They just started making the. It was in the Emirates was being built at the time, and we were actually. It was Sheffield United against Arsenal. I think it was some FA Cup tie or whatever. It amazed me how middle class a lot of the sort of Arsenal fans were. Just really, really down to earth, really sound. No kind of animosity with having. I wasn't a Blade, but obviously we were there supporting United kind of thing, and yeah, just a nice sort of environment. I don't think it really got that welcome in the Chelsea ground.
No, Chelsea was a unique stadium. The atmosphere was one of the best I've been to, though. I've got to give it to them, unfortunately. Not the best atmosphere at the stadium I've ever been to.
What was the result?
1-1. It was when they'd scored a goal, bit jammy, and then Rice scored that 35-yard screamer, killed it.
Yeah.
And I was there, I just watched it. I was like, wow. What 2-2? I think it might be 2-2.
What was the tie last year where he scored the two from outside the box?
Real Madrid.
That was I mean, that second one was better than the first, and you just sort of like look at it and think, fair. Yeah.
Well, it makes me always think that if sports commentary ever comes back into it one day for me, I do say sometimes I might give everything up just to do sports commentary.
There's a guy I used to go to uni with called Sam Ashew, and he was always sort of like a budding. And I'm pretty sure I know he's on Liverpool FC, so I'm assuming he does all the local games.
Probably,
You're a Liverpool fan as well. So.
Nothing better than doing it for your local team. If Arsenal came coming one day, example might be left to its own devices for a bit.
Are they going to be there and thereabouts, or have they got all day again?
I think now we've got a striker with there and thereabouts. Now we've got all three strikers coming back from fitness. We're going to be there or thereabouts this year.
It's not been quite as dramatic as Man United's sort of failure since Ferguson, but it's amazing how long Arsenal have gone without winning the Premier League now, isn't it?
It's been a while. I mean, yeah, I think I'm glad we haven't changed managers, to be honest, because we've not been in this good a position for a long time. Even with Wenger wasn't hitting second all the time.
No.
When he had less funds. But I'm also very appreciative of the position we're in. I think we might do it. Might do it this season.
Again, as much as like I wound up a lot of Liverpool fans at the time, like the Klopp because Klopp obviously only ever ended up winning one Premier League. But to be honest with you, that's behind a Pep Guardiola and a Man City side that's just been an absolute out of this world. So like to be fair, you got to bear in mind who the first team is as well, haven't you? To be fair,
yeah.
So like without that team there, it'd probably been at least a couple of Arsenal league wins. So
pretty much, and City as well. They're looking good this season.
Yeah,
they're out there having competition.
Again, Liverpool are having it a bit tough, aren't they? Now post Klopp era.
I think
he rode the wave a little bit last year, and now he's having to sort of find himself out a little bit, isn't he? So
yeah, Van Dijk and Salah aren't the players they once were.
I mean, all of that Salah malarkey, it seems quite reminiscent of sort of Ronaldo and Man United and all the rest of it. I think I'm surprised there's not more of it actually with the amount of power that the players wield. But
what did you say? You said yesterday at the weekend? Oh no interview this time. He joked about it.
Right.
I think it might be to bed a little bit more now. But he said apparently to his family that the game against Brighton might be one of his last. So all his family came to Brighton.
I mean, I'm surprised he didn't go before, but now it's one of those, isn't it? So
yeah, it is what it is. I'd still go to sports journalism if they came calling. Wouldn't mind it.
Is that something that you've sort of you would openly pursue? Or?
Probably one day, yeah.
I think a lot of pundits are quite poor, aren't they? They're only really there because the dad was a footballer or whatever it be, kind of thing. A lot of the time.
I'd love to. I think if example got to the stage one day, I'd like to pursue it more. the passion piece. I mean, I've got involved more with sponsoring the Rotherham Titans this season and going to a good few of their games, and that's been really enjoyable to be back part of sport and to be back part of sport. Sponsoring with my company was quite nice.
Yeah.
Being a part of that, and also doing some of the media footage with them in terms of like some promotion. We did a promotional video for us as a sponsor, and I thought, right, if we're sponsoring, we're marketing, we've got to have the best promotional video.
Yeah.
So I worked closely with their marketing guy. He's a good friend of mine, Trav, and then we made a really cool promotional video, and it did quite well on socials. Quite a few thousand views across them all, and best good on LinkedIn, and it made me love sport a bit more, get back into it. So back to your question, I probably would pursue it at some point if the example was in the right place.
I'm sponsoring an upcoming paddle on actually in January. I'll have to come down. That's for the Sheffield Wednesday community programme. So
yeah, more happy. I want to play more paddle anyway.
Yeah, so I'll let you know. I think it's going to be announced today by Matt. Yeah, so I have to get you guys involved in that. So you mentioned there about stepping away for a passion, for a personal piece. Let's say, are you at the point where? I mean, for me, it's very much Travis Talent is me. Whereas for you now, you've built a great team. Are you at a point where you could see yourself being able to step back a little bit more? And have you got the leader of the future working for you now, do you think?
Leader of the future? Oof, that's a good question. One of them thinks it, for sure. But I guess this year gave me a bit of an idea I can go away and enjoy myself more. I don't want to step away yet. I'm just enjoying being part of it all.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're just crafting good offerings right now, which are unique to us, which helps us as a marketing company when people work with us actually get results. That's very rare when you work with marketing companies, them to get you solid results regularly, if you listen to them. So I'm in a fun point right now. I'm enjoying the business more and more and more with the team we've got, and we have expanded, so that comes with its challenges, but it also comes with good opportunities too. I am looking to whoever is in the team now to develop in those senior positions, and I've told them that. So within 3 years, gone from myself to a team of 6 with 2 contractors, but 4 in-house, including myself, and it's quite a big growth in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So we only turned officially 3 in October. I think I would probably step away in the next few years in terms of regular day-to-day projects. But at the minute, I'm really happy just being a part of it and building the team. I'm really enjoying it.
And are you planning on growing further in the next couple of years? Is that the plan?
It wasn't planned initially. It's changed though. I wasn't expecting to hire more people, but I've hired 2 more this year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just come. And yeah, I think I will go to grow. I want to work on more of my other ventures. I'm working on an AI app separately. We're looking for investors for that and developing that. But
is that specifically marketing?
Yeah, it's marketing focused. So that's separate. But we're going to get investors for that soon. We're looking for 1 more, I think, because it's not going to cost much. But example is just really fun. I wanted us to be the agency of choice. I want people to think social media, content creation, LinkedIn content. I wanted people to think of us when that happens, and it's slowly getting there, but it's not set in stone. And we're not an enterprise level agency yet in terms of we aren't an enterprise yet, but we work with enterprise companies. Mm-hmm. So I want to work towards that a bit more, as well as supporting the local business community. Big passion of mine.
One thing I ask everybody who I interview, which is why you're here with me today, is who do you think I should interview next on the podcast? Who do you know that I potentially don't, or who are you admiring from afar in the region that you think would be good for me to get in front of?
Interview, admire. Have you interviewed Hannah yet?
We interviewed Hannah.
I thought you might have. I mean, 2 guys who I really like, good friends, is Dan Bale and Joe Palmer from Open House Pictures.
Right.
They're good friends of mine now, and they're a great success story in Sheffield. Went to school together, university together, best friends together, grown up in Sheffield and built the biggest video agency in South Yorkshire, I would say. I think they'd be great people to input. They are massive winners of Sheffield.
Absolutely, which is what it's all about. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I think what I've sort of said to a few people is, for me, as I said to you before, we got filming the podcast is very much on a journey. As are you. You know, for me, it'd be quite good to come back and sort of revisit, have another chat with you, see where the business is at, maybe late next year, and take it from there. If that's all right.
See where you are too, as well. 2 years in.
Absolutely. But yeah, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Join us on the next episode.
Perfect. That was really good. That's some great questions there.